Di dang da di di da da di da di di da da. Di dang da di di da 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 di di dang da da. Di dang da di di da da di di da di da da da. Di dang di 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 da 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 di da di da da da. Di dang di da di di da di di dang di di da da. Di dang da di di da 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 di da da da. Hey, yeah, that's all it is.
And
That's,
what is it when you're saying those heya heya and like
they're like a filler. The sound of the song is da dee 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 da dee dee da dee. You know, and those are like fillers. Like when we sing up here, we when we don't have a specific words in that, or what we call as a straight song, we just hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, like that. You know, that's all it is. Down in the Caribbean, we say li lo li lo li lo li lo li lo le. That's our from our songs as well. You know, so each you could say almost each culture has their own way and specific way of singing.
and then what is like the meaning of like I know it has no literal meaning but it's like when you're doing like the in Sundance songs or doing like way yeah like or is the vocable songs like you're it is actually like you were telling us
Well,
how it's like a prayer
I heard a story. I heard a story from the Shimshian people about 10 years ago, up in Gold River or Campbell River, where I was asked to sing at a memorial, and these Shimshian people, they came and they did their own little presentation and all of that as well in honor of this person who had crossed over. And they said that they went to with a group of Christian people, Christian natives, First Nations people, and they went to the wall, the screaming wall in Jerusalem, the holy wall there, and then they started singing. And they started singing, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. And then when they were done, when they turned around, they saw all these Orthodox Jews surrounded them. And then they turned around, and then right out of the center, that it was like the wall, you know, like they say where the Red Sea parted. It was like that of these people, and out came this little man, and that little man was the head he was the head rabbi, and he asked them, "Do you know what you're singing? Do you know what you're saying?" And they didn't know. All they said is, "This is how we sing back home. We're from, North America, we're First Nations people, and this is how we sing." And he said, "Well, hear that sound. You are invoking and inviting the God of Abraham to come here." And that's a pretty powerful statement. So just that sound, it's really got to be really careful. When we go to different places, that we know, or we can explain why we do what we do. Because if we can't explain it, then don't do it. That's a lesson for, I would say, for non-native people who are trying to learn these native ways, if that's what their interest is, that's what that is, And when I shared that at a dance once, one of the guys, he was a Lakota, and he said, "I've never heard that, but that is a powerful story, Jaime. It makes sense." Because when we go to ceremonies and that, we're praying. And who do we want to be there? Creator, a spirit. And that's what we're doing then. So maybe to the Orthodox Jews, what we're saying is invoking the God of Abraham. All we know is that there's only one God, one creator, one creation. There's not all of these other ones where man-made religion has created all of that. There's one God with many names. That's the important thing to understand. And the same with this way with these songs. It's the same. Creator made the earth. It's all the same. It's all similar. It all synchronizes together. We humans are the ones with our egos and arrogance and our quote unquote free will, if you want to call that, are the ones who really bring up the conversation, or just that they argue. They bring up that argument of that, and or they just don't believe, and this is how we've been raised since we were children. That's just that way in that belief.
Remember how you talked about at Sundance Drum? You talked about like how the vocables, like hey ya, like it's actually a prayer to Creator, even though you're not saying anything.
That's exactly what the Orthodox Jews were saying. That sound, you are invoking, because what you're saying is it's almost like, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey. Well, Yahweh is the name of. They have the name of God, just
as far as like Soplando goes, like the sound that you're making is an invocation. Like
it's your breath calling out, and making and saying, and your hand goes out. It's your energy creating all of that, and all of a sudden you're blowing it into your hand, and your palm goes out to that direction. You're making your introduction as this. This is who I am. I'm right here. And you say in your watch over me during this ceremony, during this time of vulnerability. Because when we're in prayer, we're vulnerable at the same time. But yet we have that faith that we are protected and we're covered, we're being comforted and taken care of. That's the same. What the Soplando can do that. That's how I have learned it. Some things we have to learn on our own. But that Soplando, I remember talking, I would talk to him a lot. Boy, I just said his name. I would, and he would share things that I didn't share with the others, because it was my question, my information, that I wanted. So that's what that is you're making that invocation. You're just saying, I'm here I am. That's at the beginning of the Soplando. That's what that does. And if you listen to it carefully, knowing that, then you see, then you start to feel it. And each person's going to be different. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Di rang da di di dai da hi di dai di di dai dai. Di rang da di di dai 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 di di rang dai dai. Dee-dang, da-dee-dee, da-dee-dee, da-dee, da-dee, dee-dang, dee-dee, da-dee, da-dee, da-dee. Dee-dang, dee-da, dee-dee-da, 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 dee-dang, da, dee-dee-da, da, dee-da, Dee-dang, dee-da, 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 dee-dee-da, dee-da, dee-dang, da, dee-dee-da, dee-dang, dee-da, da-dee-dee-dang, dee-dang, dee-dee-dee, dee-dang, dee-dang, dee-dee-dee-da, dee-dee-da, da, dee-dee-da, dee-da, dee-dang, di dang di da da di da da. Da di da di da da he da di da. La di di da da di da di da da. Da di di da da di da di da da. Hey da da hey da da hey da hey da. Di dang di di da di da 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 ding di da di da da dang di da di da la di da hi ai da di da la di da di da di da di da la di da di da di da di dang di da da di di da di da da hey da da hey da da hey da hey da la di di da da di da di da da re da re da da re da ti ta ta da re da re da da re da re da re da la re da da re da re da da re da